When you hear the name Billie Jean King, your thoughts probably immediately turn to tennis. And while she was a superstar on the court, Billie Jean was a powerful advocate for women's sports and equal rights. Sports that helped the University of Alabama land 4 national championships this year, 3 in women's sports. And Billie Jean's still working hard to further women's sports today. I talked with Billie Jean King earlier this week about Title IX and how she's battled beyond the pain of her career-ending chronic knee problems. Time to talk with sports icon and legend Billie Jean King. Billie Jean, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Danny.
Absolutely, it is our pleasure. Let's touch a little bit on your career and a particular part of your career that I just find intriguing. Think back to the early 70s, the battle of the sexes. You and Bobby Riggs, all the build-up, all the falderall that went along with it.
Well, Danny, Title IX was passed June 23rd, 1972. The year before I played Bobby Riggs in September 20th, 1973. So what I wanted to do is try to get the hearts and minds of people to think about equality. The match was definitely about social change, not about tennis, although it did help tennis tremendously. But it was really about thinking about equal opportunities and rights for boys and girls, not just someone having more than another. And without Title IX, we wouldn't have so many women going to colleges and universities today.
Billie Jean, talk to us a little bit about Title IX. Is it doing what it's supposed to do, or are young women getting the opportunity to compete and be taken seriously as athletes?
We're doing better. We have a long way to go, Danny. In high school, girls still have 1.3 million fewer opportunities in sports than boys. So we have a ways to go. We still get less money in scholarships. We don't have enough women coaches in college. So we have a long way to go, but we really are trying to celebrate our 40th anniversary this year because we have made huge improvements and strides over the last 40 years.
Now, Billie Jean, your career, and it's so similar to so many other great athletes, an injury, one that you just couldn't seem to get over, kind of cut your career short. Talk to us about that.
Well, I started having knee pain in my early 20s. I had my first knee operation when I was #1 in the world at 23. And just 2 years ago, though, finally, Danny, because I was getting so I couldn't even walk a block, I had double knee replacement. And if people want to hear my story at length, you can go to rediscoveryourgo.com. You can hear my story. You can try to find surgeons if you're interested, if you're in a lot of pain out there. I'm very lucky to have Veralast knee technology in my knees. They've been tested in the lab for a 30-year wear performance. So I am really fortunate to have them because I can do everything. I can play tennis, I can dance, I can go up and down stairs, I can go to the gym and lift weights. I mean, I used to take a taxi to the gym, which is only 2 blocks away, Danny, because I live in New York City and everybody walks in New York. I was in such pain, and I am so thankful to Smith & Nephew for giving my life back because I am thrilled.
Billie Jean, what sort of advice would you have for people right now that are living with pain? It may not necessarily be knee pain or sports related, but every day they're having to deal with it.
Well, it's very wearing on you emotionally, so I think they should just try. I would go to if it's knees or joints, anything to do with your joints, I would go to Rediscover Your Go because they've got all kinds of help and doctors. But I would look into it. I thought knee replacement only lasted about 10 years, and I found out, you know, I told you the 30-year wear performance that these particular Veralast knee technology in my legs have, so in my knees. So I would look into it, and don't keep waiting because if you're in a lot of pain, get some help.
All right, Billie Jean, we're out of time, but it was wonderful talking to you. Best of luck to you.
Thanks a lot, Danny. Hi, everybody in Alabama.